We expect the IMF board to consider Ghana's program for imminent approval after the financing assurances are provided.
So yeah, President had quite a lot to share yesterday, but the labor unions also had something to say to the president.
Let's hear from them.
We believe that government can lead us out of this crisis by cutting all non-essential expenditures, including the need to stop spending our hard-earned revenue on the National Cathedral.
Osofu, the workers say they don't want cathedral.
Wow.
Now this is saying, Jack.
Well, I have nothing to say to that. Conflict of interest. Well, I can understand the workers seeing the situation that we are in. People feel we don't need that now.
Yeah.
Fix the economy. That's what we need. And so, I don't know.
I mean, it looks like that cathedral is never going to get built.
Well, at least not in President Akufo-Addo's term.
So who will come along and build it? Nobody else promised God a cathedral. Okay, so I mean, if the NPP loses, right, and the NDC's candidate, whoever it is, becomes president, do you think he will continue the cathedral?
Maybe God will speak to him and say, "My son, build this cathedral."
Please,
never say never.
We are all God's sons. He didn't speak to any of us. Only the president says that he made a promise to God. God hasn't asked for it. The president promised it. God didn't ask for it.
Well, why are you speaking for God?
Well, I'm saying that he hasn't asked for it. I think he can ask for what he wants.
Anyway.
Can he not?
Well, I'm also saying that things could change. You may never know what the next president...
After everything that has happened.
Well... Yeah.
Now, if the NPP wins, whomever the new president is, do you really think he would have the testicular fortitude to take our money and go and use it to continue that project?
Seeing that there's so much opposition, I doubt.
So will that cathedral ever get built? Anyway, today we'll talk about that and other things. You know, a lot was said yesterday. Lots of things for us to deliberate. And the president, made some very clear points. He says, look, don't worry about the banking sector. We've got it covered. Don't worry about your pensions. They are sorted.
What is it? I'm hearing about the IMF deal as well. That it may not be in May. Well.
Charlie, I don't even know what to say at this point.
Well, what you can say right now is to acknowledge our sponsors.
Yes. For the 6 a.m. news, we're grateful to Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. And Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. For the Joy Business Report, all our thanks go to our dear friends at Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life.
Hi, welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, 15 out of 21 banks record losses in 2022 as a result of the domestic debt exchange program. Also, Economist Intelligence Unit predicts 30% depreciation of the cedi to the dollar this year. Also, Gwel announces reduction in prices of some petroleum products, with petrol and diesel going for 12.64 pesos a litre. And later in the bulletin, Microfinance Association cautions the public against online advertisement of faithless financial institutions. We'll tell you more. My name is Daryl Kwawu. First up, 15 out of 21 banks that have released their 2022 audited financial statement registered losses. This record losses as a result of the domestic debt exchange program, which triggered their investment assets to be impaired. Here's more in this report.
Consolidated Bank was the biggest casualty, recording about 2 billion cedis losses in 2022. Indeed, the local banks were the biggest losers. But the good thing is that they have swiftly recovered in Q1 of this year, recording some good profits. The 6 banks that recorded profit last year included GT Bank, Societe Generale, FBN Nigeria and UBA. For impaired assets, Absa Bank was the biggest loser, writing off 2.12 billion cedis. It was followed by Consolidated and GT Bank, which also wrote off 2.11 and 2.08 billion cedis respectively. FBN Bank, Bank of Africa and Omni BSIC were the least affected. With regards to the capital adequacy ratio, which is a key financial soundness indicator, Consolidated Bank fell far below the industry threshold. FBN Nigeria, Access and GT Bank, however, recorded the largest capital adequacy ratio of 57, 37 and 36% respectively in the banking industry. Joy Business had earlier reported that banks in Ghana lost about 15 billion cedis in 2022 due to the domestic debt exchange program.
That was a Business Desk report. President Akufo-Addo has indicated that plans are underway to review the investment of pension funds as a result of current challenges facing the economy and the recent debt exchange program. The president disclosed this at a ceremony at Bolgatanga in the Upper East region to honor workers as part of the May Day celebrations.
In this regard, within global risk management practice, the options should include diversifying the portfolio of pension funds from the current 70% in government paper to real sector investments, including rail, housing, urban transportation, motorways and airport, as is done by other pension funds. I'm aware that both the Minister for Finance and the Minister for Employment and Social Relations and their technical team have been working with organized labor and its association and pension fund managers and trustees to explore these mutually beneficial options. I'd like to use this occasion to appeal to organized labor to work urgently with government to conclude the discussion within the spirit of social partnership and burden sharing towards addressing our economic challenges.
Meanwhile, the president has given assurance of Ghana securing financing assurance from the Paris Club at its next meeting. China is also expected to join the creditors committee that would be formed by the Paris Club to finalize negotiations on Ghana's debt with external creditors. This should pave way for the IMF board to approve Ghana's program by the end of this month. Now, Economist Intelligence Unit (IEIU) is predicting a 30% depreciation of the cedi to the dollar in 2023 this year. This is, however, lower than the about 44% depreciation of the local currency last year. It disclosed this in its 2023 country report. Here's more.
So far this year, the cedi has lost about 17% in value in the retail market, but about 21% on the interbank forex market. According to UK-based Economist Intelligence Unit, the currency depreciation will be driven by increased demand for hard currency due to high import prices, inflation, capital flight, rising profit repatriation by Ghanaian-based multinationals, and weak investor sentiment in the face of the ongoing debt crisis. However, the expected executive board approval of the International Monetary Fund program by mid-2023 and sustained fiscal and monetary tightening will help to slow the cedi's fall comparatively over the second half of the year. It therefore expects further gradual depreciation of the cedi in between 2024 and 2027. It added that Ghana's sustained depreciation reflects the country's structural current account deficit and higher inflation than its trading partners. Reserves will meanwhile average 3.3 months of import cover over 2023 and 2027, just above the internationally regarded prudential minimum of 3 months.
Well, let's check the currency market for you this morning. The dollar going for 12 cedis 10 pesos on the forex or retail market. The pound going for 14 cedis 98 pesos, and the euro trading at 13 cedis. Now, the microfinance and savings and Loans Association is expressing worry over the proliferation of online advertisements of some financial institutions that have no physical presence. According to the association, these institutions pose a threat to many unsuspecting customers online and must be avoided. President of the association, Yao Jemfi, has been speaking to Joy Business.
So we've been on the lookout for those kind of institutions to make sure that we don't have any foreign type of institution coming into the system and calling themselves microfinance or anything. But the biggest challenge that we've had of late is those that advertise online that you don't see the people behind it, but they try to do the trade. There are times you open a Facebook page and then you hear or you see an advert, but really it's difficult to pinpoint who is behind those things. Those are the areas that we are having much challenge now. And it's been very, very good with us in terms of the collaboration with the central bank as well, where whenever we hear of anything that we are not so sure of, we let them for them to take action.
President of the Microfinance and Savings and Loans Association, Yao Jemfi, speaking at a workshop on financial literacy in the Central Region aimed at providing financial knowledge to selected journalists on happenings in the sector. Now, customers of the defunct Gold Coast Fund Management say they will picket the premises of the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) today to demand their locked-up funds. The customers, after securing police permit, told Joy Business they are yet to receive their monies 4 years after the regulator revoked the license of the company. Charles Nyame is convener of the aggrieved customers of the defunct Gold Coast Fund Management Company.
We can't wait any longer because thousands of customers of Gold Coast Fund Management have died and gone. We can't keep on counting the death toll. We cannot do that because most of our people are pensioners and they need money periodically to take care of their medical bills, to access health care. And these monies were monies that they put down for such purpose. And since they are not getting the money, they keep on dying. Therefore, Reverend Ogba, whoever that raised that conditionality, that is the security and liquidation order, we cannot wait. The security of the liquidation order in the courts can go on, but the amount approved by Parliament, the 5.5 billion, they should quickly disburse it so that we, the customers of Gold Coast Fund Management, we can get our part of the investment and live our life smoothly.
You had there Charles Nyame, who is convener of the aggrieved customers of the defunct Gold Coast Fund Management Company. Well, time to bring Investor Eye. We bring you some measures to take to protect colleagues at the workplace after clicking suspicious investment links. Let's listen to Joseph Kwawu, who is lead in charge of cybersecurity at the E-Crime Bureau.
Right, so in a corporate WhatsApp group or in a corporate setting, once you detect that you've done something, like you've clicked the link, you've interacted with the link, you went to the site, you thought you were supposed to fill in some details, you started filling. The best thing you can do at that point is to report, right? So to report, if you're in a corporate WhatsApp group or a group, you report to the administrator that, look, it is possible that my account may be compromised. So on that perspective, what the administrator may likely do is that because your account may be compromised, and compromise can sometimes spread from person to person, they may disable your account temporarily until they figure out what is happening. But I think reporting is the most important thing. I think most people, and from what we are observing at E-Crime here, the reporting is really a big problem for most organizations and even on a personal level.
Joseph Kwawu there, he's lead in charge of cybersecurity at the E-Crime Bureau. Investor Eye comes your way every Tuesday and Thursday on the Joy Business Report on the Super Morning Show. Well, time now to check how your investments will fare this week. Here's Grace Munayam of Databank Research.
Last week, the bourse recorded 3 price movers of 2 gainers and a laggard. Unilever Ghana picked up 80 pesos to end trading at 4 cedis 80 pesos, whereas GCB Bank closed 5 pesos higher to 3 cedis 20 pesos. SIC Insurance closed as the laggard for the week, shedding a peso to 25 pesos. As a result, the Databank Stock Index advanced 0.33% weekly to a year-to-date gain of 0.98%. The Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index also expanded by 0.21% weekly to a year-to-date gain of 12.18%. This week, we tipped the share price of farm milk to rise following growing market demand. For Joy Business Reports, Grace Munanyun of Data Bank Research.
Well, thanks, Grace. Before we go, some good news. Oil marketing firm Kwawu has announced a reduction in prices of some petroleum products beginning this morning. It is selling a litre of petrol at 12 cedis 64 pesos from its old price of 13 cedis 10 pesos a litre. This represents about 46 peso reduction at the pumps. Diesel, on the other hand, going for 12 cedis 64 pesos a litre from its old price of 12 cedis 99 pesos. The reduction, Joy Business understands, is in line with the slight reduction in crude prices on the international market. Other oil marketing firms are also expected to review their prices in the coming hours. Let's turn to the commodity market. So this morning, crude oil went up marginally, open trading at $79.44 a barrel. Gold is selling at $1,983 an ounce, and cocoa lost $5. Is trading this morning at $2,932 a ton. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl. Thanks for listening. The Super Morning Show continues with Kojo Yankson.
Yeah, me. So, okay, me with labor. And he assures them of a few things. He says, look, financial sector, don't worry. We've got it covered. Pensions, don't worry. We've got it covered. Do you believe him?
What a question.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a reason why I'm asking that. No doubt it's important to signal confidence in the financial sector. It's important. That, I mean, if you don't, it could actually cause more harm than any actual problem that the financial markets could be facing.
Yeah, and at times we've had the president give assurances, then later, I mean, we hear another story.
That's
and so
what I was going to say. From the first banking crisis, there are people who still have not received their deposits.
Right.
They still haven't. Bisinde. Right. Then, of course, in this domestic debt exchange, today you are included, tomorrow you are exempted. Today you are included, tomorrow you are exempted.
We are reviewing pension funds. We are not reviewing pension funds.
So how? Yes, I mean the president, in a State of the Nation address, said that there will be no haircuts. I mean, right. So, how much confidence can Labour place in the president's promises?
If you ask me, I don't think they trust him so much. Yeah.
Now you do believe him. You yourself, do you believe him?
What's the time? The time is 6:30.
Yeah, checking your watch. Anyway,
we have to play our inspirational song.
We do. Please give me
I see Mbura has been busy.
The provenance, the pedigree of this one. Selected by Aaron.
Hey, you are quick to dissociate yourself from.
I mean, I think sometimes he knows when we look at the choice, we will know it wasn't from him. And this is an example. This is CT praise.
Oh, well, how am I not surprised?
Yeah, CT praise. So yeah. Mbura, how was your long weekend?
Oh no, I came to work.
You were here.
Yeah, I came for news file.
I see.
So I had Sunday to prepare for yesterday.
Oh,
so
okay.
There was no break at all.
No what?
No break at all.
Okay.
We thank